Welcome to New York, the city that has it all. In the world of business, this is America's Mecca. There are more corporate headquarters here in New York than any other city in the country. And of course, New York is also the home to Wall Street. Hi, I'm Doug Llewellyn, and we're about to explore New York to meet with many of its business leaders, executives, visionaries, and entrepreneurs whose ideas and services are having such an impact on our daily lives, not only right now, but also for the future. So come along with us as we explore the latest trends in the world of business from the heart of the Big Apple itself, New York City.
Welcome to a special edition of Global Business Trends. I'm Jim Lang, and thanks for joining us.
And I'm Bella Shaw. We are examining some of the latest examples of how new technologies and innovative ideas are changing the world around us as we move into the new millennium.
On this edition, we'll be focusing on one very uniquely qualified company that we think has set the global business trends standard.
Perhaps you've heard the term before, the living trust, but didn't understand what it could do or why it could be so important. Well, to give you an example, even though you, let's say, have a very perfect legal will, in the event of your death, it could take as much as 2 years for your family to receive even a penny out of your estate. And probate could eat up as much as 10% of your estate. But with a living trust, neither one of those things would happen. And those are just some of the advantages. To learn more about this thing, the living trust, we've come to the offices of John Power, who is a senior partner in the law firm of Power, Weiss & Kernet, specialists in the field of estate planning.
Living trust is a complete will substitute. It does everything a will can do, does far more than what a will can do, does it less expensively, and it makes life much easier for the family we leave behind.
So what really are the advantages?
Well, there are many advantages. I would say the two primary advantages are that not only do they protect our family and our assets should we die, but they also protect them if we become disabled. A will only helps us when we die. If we become disabled, we're facing a guardianship proceeding in the courts. With a living trust, we become disabled, and statistically, we have a 1 out of 2 chance of becoming disabled before we die. Our alternate trustee that we've named in this living trust document automatically takes over. No need for courts, no need for lawyers. And another reason is privacy. A will, which has to be filed with a court after we die, is an open book. Copies can be obtained by anyone. A living trust, on the other hand, is completely private. Wealthy people have had living trusts for ages, and one of the primary reasons is that they treasure their privacy. Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis was one of the rare exceptions. When she died a few years ago, she had a will, and as a result of that, we know, all of us, everything about her affairs. Many people like the living trust because it's bulletproof.
What are you actually doing? Are you signing over ownership of all your valuables to the trust?
No. Many people worry about that when they hear about trusts. A living trust is very, very flexible. It involves absolutely no loss of control at all. Most people name themselves as trustees. So by naming themselves as trustees and beneficiaries of the trust, during their lifetime, their life continues unchanged. So they can, and a trust is revocable too. It can be changed anytime we want. It can be ripped up and thrown away. So there's no loss of control, no loss of flexibility. And this is important to a lot of people.
The key question is, do you have to be a millionaire? Do you have to have a lot of money to benefit from a living trust?
We have clients with assets of $300,000, $400,000 who are very, very grateful that we introduce them to the advantages of a living trust.
So there you have it, the details on a remarkable instrument known as the living trust, which in effect makes it possible for you to actually disinherit the IRS when you pass on and to avoid a whole army of probate lawyers. And in the process, potentially save your heirs thousands upon thousands of dollars. The bottom line, it makes the old-fashioned will obsolete.
That was a look at the operation of a company that we singled out as being at the very top of the list of global business trends.
There has been so much interest in this business since we first aired that profile that we wanted to give you an even closer look at what it brings to the global marketplace.